client's here, Eileen Simpson. Take with us.
Meet you this morning.
She's kind of getting late into the game, but she's all brought up to speed. Okay. You know who I am, right? Okay. I know this is hard. Listen, before we start, okay, we just have to go over some paperwork. We're going to go over the paperwork and we're going to show you what's going on, okay? All right. You can read and write, correct? Yes?
Yes.
Make sure you say yes or no from a partner because she's got to hear you say it. Just show me, I'm going to go over your rights form because the last time we talked we had to clear up some inconsistencies, right? Okay, so I want to make sure you know how serious this is.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Just read the first line of this for me, Lonna.
You have the following rights under this United States Constitution.
Good. You do not have to make a statement or say anything. Do you understand that?
Yes.
Oh, thank you. Anything you say can be used against you in court. Do you understand that?
Yes.
You have the right to talk to a lawyer for advice before you make a statement or before any questions are asked of you, and to have the lawyer with you during any questioning. Do you understand that? Okay. If you cannot afford to hire a lawyer, one will be appointed for you before any questioning if you wish. Do you understand that?
Yes.
I'm old. Come on now. If you do answer questions, you have the right to stop answering questions at any time and consult with a lawyer. Do you understand that?
Yes.
Okay. You know where you're at. You're at the Police Memorial Building. I'm going to put PMB. Today's date is the 29th. What time?
1940, which is 7:40.
7:40 p.m. And put all these lines beside these dots, and that's where I read each line to you. I want you to put your initials in each line, indicating you understand what you read. Okay? If you don't, let me know before you sign this. And once you've went over that and initial it, just put your signature there saying you understand that.
Okay, now this don't mean I'm under arrest.
You're not under arrest.
Not at
This
all.
just means that, you know, if you don't
Right.
want to talk to us, you don't have to. But
Okay.
yeah, I'm sure that's
I
not an
do wanna
issue.
talk to you,
Right.
yeah.
So sign your initials right there. And just make sure, I mean, you came down here voluntarily, right?
Yes.
Okay, nobody twisted your arm and nobody made threats to you to come down here, right?
No.
And even though we've had some discussions at time, but we treated you fairly?
Yeah.
Okay. So, all right. Well, just you understand that, just sign it and we'll get on with this. You got any questions
Yes.
about the form?
Oh, no, not about.
Okay. Let me just sign this. We want to show you a couple photographs, and we also want to go over some things with you. You all right with that?
Yeah.
Okay. Let me ask you real quick: are you under the influence today, or anything like that?
No,
Any weed?
No.
Anything other than prescription medication?
not even that. No.
Okay. And so you're
I'm
perfectly coherent.
Yes, I'm
So
very.
you're aware
clear-headed and
you're aware of what's
sober, yes.
going on, correct? Okay.
This may not be something you
Yeah.
recognize,
These could be or could not be anything.
but only you can tell us that.
Right. I mean, he does have a green shirt. Was it in the laundry? Yes or no?
Was that the one that's used in his pictures on the news and stuff like that? Where,
No, that shirt was yellow.
Okay. I'll check on that, but you know, does that look like anything relative to this?
That looks like. I mean, he has a green shirt. That's it.
Okay.
My son has a green shirt, so.
And that's what I want, is I want fair responses like that. Okay. Sorry. You recognize that? What is that? How sure are you?
I'm pretty sure we have a blanket like that.
And what's the characters on that blanket?
It's Cars, the movie Cars.
Okay. So like Tow Mater and on the other trailers. Okay. So he has a blanket.
That we
If
have.
that's not it, it's almost exactly like that, right? Or you're saying it's
Yes, it's
same pattern and everything?
yeah.
Okay.
When was the last time you saw the blanket?
Honestly, last time I saw it was it could have gotten took out the storage. I believe it was in the storage, unless he got it out and washed it.
Okay. Now I've been straight with you, have I not?
Yes,
even
sir, you
even
have.
when I've been hard on my question, I've been straight.
Yes, sir,
I've been fair with my questions.
you have.
And I've been fair with my questions.
Yes, sir.
What's the characters on that blanket?
Yes, sir.
clear some things up.
Okay, well, let's get to clearing.
All right. First of all, I want to go over your timeline.
Okay.
Okay, I want to start with when you got up Thursday.
Okay.
All right, what time do you remember Thursday? This is July 23rd on a Thursday.
Go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
I remember we slept in for a while, got up.
When you say we, make sure you
Me
say
and
names
Ruben,
instead.
Me and Ruben and the kids.
Okay.
Um,
When you mean slept in,
I mean, like, just laid around and watched movies. We didn't go nowhere or nothing like that.
time, best estimation.
I know we woke up probably around 12 or so or I did, and got some Pop-Tarts, some cereal for the baby and stuff. We went back up there and was watching movies. Went to the store with Brittany, to the dollar store with Brittany.
When we say Brittany,
Kelly.
Okay.
Okay.
And did she come over, or did y'all pick her up?
She came over. We
What?
took her vehicle to the dollar store.
What's her vehicle?
I think it's a Pathfinder, a gold, either Forerunner or a Pathfinder.
Is it hers or belong to somebody else?
She said it was hers.
Okay,
And then,
let's wait for.
And you said the dollar store? I'm sorry.
yeah, the Family Dollar.
Family Dollar. Is that the one in the Winn-Dixie Plaza at Bay Meadows and Old Kings?
No, it's the one that's right beside my house.
So,
Right, and right when you pull out, you can
To the
see
right?
it. To the right, the one on the right.
So that's actually on.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what time about that y'all went there?
I would say maybe roughly around 1, like, it was towards the evening. It was in the evening.
Well, I mean,
I
you
would say
said
around
1 or the
5.
evening.
Around a little after 5, like 5 or so, I would say. I know I went back. I went twice. I went by
Okay.
myself the second time. I got the Alfredo sauce and a 2-liter and some stuff. So.
Well, let's start with the first time. What was the first time you went up there and you
I
went
want to say
with Brittany?
yeah,
Obviously.
lunchtime.
Around lunchtime.
Yeah.
Okay. You know
So-
what you bought?
Yes, I bought some eye drops,
Mhm.
and I bought some pain reducer, the fear reducer stuff,
And this is the first time you eye drops.
Mhm.
Okay.
and then I bought the fever reducer for his teething.
Okay.
And what was it? Some drinks. I think some Nutty Buddy bars, something. I mean, just a few like items like that
The eye drops were for,
for the baby. They were for
and you said the fever reducer was
Was
some.
for-
Okay.
For his teething?
yeah, for his teeth, and he's cutting in 4 teeth.
Are you saying he's cutting teeth? Now, is he just? Are they just pushing through, or is his mouth bloody when he's cutting teeth?
No, they're coming through. His
So
teeth
it's
are
not
coming
it's
through.
not a bleeding.
No, I could tell his mouth was irritating him or whatever, because I was trying to get him to. I noticed when he
Right.
was chewing, he was acting like it was kind of sensitive.
So it's just regular
Teething,
cutting.
yeah,
It ain't
yeah.
like his teeth are pushing through. There's got bloody
bloody,
mouth.
gory. No, nothing like that. Just
Okay.
a baby, cutting teeth. in.
Just baby cutting teeth. All right. You got those items, and where'd you go next?
Back to the house.
Okay, so
Well, I went across the street to the store. I'm sorry, from the Family Dollar, the store right across the street from it, and Brittany got gas, and then we went right there to the house.
now is the store across the street? Which one is that? Is that the Kangaroo store or what's? No, it's the.
It's a different nationality
Yeah,
store.
yeah, I got you.
But she
Okay.
got gas, and we went back to the house. To the
Now
apartment.
when y'all went there first, were the kids with y'all or not?
Yes.
Which
Mine
kids?
And Zane, which is her little boy.
How old is Zane?
Zane's 3.
Okay. Any others?
No.
What was doing? Was she awake?
Mhm. Yeah, she was awake. They were all awake.
Was awake and Zane.
Yes.
Okay. All right. You went across the street.
She got gas.
You know how much gas you got?
I don't know.
All right. Did y'all buy anything else there?
Yeah, I think I bought the kids a juice.
Okay.
That was it.
Did you know where you parked at, or she parked to get gas right there by the pumps, or she pull in, or did she pump gas and then pull in, or?
No, she just parked right there at the gas pump.
Okay. Who all went in?
She went in first, and then come back out, and then I went in once she got back out.
And the kids go in?
No, that's why we took turns.
All right.
were watching a movie. I made some shrimp Alfredo. Well,
What time frame you talking about?
I cooked probably about 6. So after we got back from the dollar store with Brittany, we watched some more movies. I remember getting woke up around 5 something. So to the door, someone at the door. Ruben got up and answered the door.
Did you say when did Brittany leave?
Brittany left a few minutes after we got back.
Okay. What was the purpose of her visit?
She was there when I woke up, so she said she was just getting out of the house.
What side of town was she
coming out.
coming from?
Marietta. From my understanding, this where she had left from was her boyfriend, I guess you would call him, dad's house.
Right. All right. So you're at the house, and you said, what are you doing between that, getting home from when Brittany leaves? What do? You cook?
No, we laid down and watched a few movies first, and then when I got up at 5, a little after 5,
We who?
me and Ruben
Okay.
and the kids. Then I went back to the dollar store, got some Alfredo sauce and a 2-liter, and I believe some mango twist punch,
Okay.
and some feminine items.
Okay.
And then I went back home. I cooked the shrimp Alfredo.
All right. Well, let's let her catch up. Make sure she's up. She good? All right.
Okay, cooked the shrimp Alfredo, and we all ate.
Everybody.
Everybody ate and was going back and forth between mine and Ruben and eating off our plates. We were getting bites off of our plate. And
Was y'all's roommate home at this time?
no, he left sometime or another around. I think he left around like 3 or 4 or something.
So he didn't eat none of the shrimp?
Not to my, like, you know,
Okay.
nothing. I don't know if he did later.
He
but-
took his daughter with him, though, right?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
And then I went upstairs and took a shower and everything, and went to work.
And when you say, let's talk about work. Okay, so you took your shower.
Mhm.
You get ready to go to work. Tell me about that, because we got to take the Simpson. She's wasn't here the other night.
I don't know. I mean, work's normal. I mean.
No, how'd you get to work? Let's start from leaving your house.
Oh, okay. I drove. Me and Ruben. I drove the car to Wacko's,
Okay.
and I got out, kissed the baby, and I told him I loved him. I'd see him when they got there to get me from work. And then Ruben got out. It was raining. Ruben got out, like basically, I guess, you know, like bump knuckles with this guy that he knew, and then walked around to the driver's side and got in the driver's side. And I went on in.
Kids were there?
Yes,
They awake, asleep, or
they were awake. He was drinking his bottle.
what kind of bottle was he drinking?
Had fruit juice in it.
How'd you get to the store? I don't think I got this. How'd you get to the store when you bought the Alfredo?
I drove the car.
The car being
Mine and Ruben's car.
the orange car.
Yes, the orange car. Sorry.
We're walking her through it.
I'm sorry.
That's all right. I know you've been through this a million times with me.
Well, I just assumed that
Yeah.
she knew what car I was talking about.
When
I'm
you
sorry.
went to that store, who was with you?
By myself.
No kids, nothing.
No, I left them with Ruben.
Okay.
That's a Honda, right?
Yes, Civic. 2-door.
Is that an automatic or
It's an automatic.
is that got it's got like power locks on it or anything?
It does. Yeah, that's what we use the key for, is just to unlock it, not to crank it.
Is it like a button that you push to lock
Yes,
them
sir.
though?
Inside, well, actually, you have to pull the handle on the driver's side
Mm-hmm.
and press the button down, and then it locks both doors.
And how do you get out of the door?
You just
If
open it.
it's locked, it'll unlock it as you're pulling it, or
Yeah, as long as you're from the inside, most of the time. The
most
doors.
of the time. I mean, does it? If the
Well,
lock
the
button's
door
down,
does-
or if it's got one of those switches on the handle, or is
It's
it right here?
It's a little silver one right here, And sometimes when you press it, you have to press it a couple times. It's messed up, is why I say most of the time. If you pull it, you know, sometimes it'll flip back and it'll let you out on your own like it's supposed to.
Does it ever
But
stick?
what was it?
Does the lock ever stick if you're inside, or you have to play with it?
Yeah,
or-
that's what I'm saying. Like, you know, most of the time it'll open up like you're supposed to when you go to get out. It'll unlock itself for you, but a lot of times it don't. So you have to sit there and pull the handle and jiggle like the little.
How's the door though? Does it open pretty easy once it opens?
Mhm.
Okay. You ever done that herself?
No.
Honestly.
No, I don't think that she has. I've never seen. I mean, I know she knows how because I've told her, you know, unlock the door.
But just, I mean, I appreciate that, but just, that's pretty important to me.
Yeah.
You've never seen her unlock that door herself and get out.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. She knows how. Yes.
Well, have you seen her do it, or you just know she can do it?
I've seen her do it.
Okay. I thought you said never seen before. That's why I wanted to back up.
Well, what I meant was like I've never don't leave her in the car and tell her to. But she did lock me out of it the other day, and then I had to make her unlock it and let me in. So.
Well, now remember when we was talking with Ruben, he said that y'all commonly left the kids in the car because the
No.
car would run.
No, I don't commonly leave. No, I left the car running, not with
not
my
kids.
children in it. No,
Good. Good.
I haven't never left my children in the car with them
Man, I
locked.
sure hope that. I'm glad you told me that.
No, I mean I have locked it. It's hard to crank up sometimes.
Yeah.
It won't crank.
So you've never seen him do that?
No. Not leaving the kids in there. I've seen him leave it running and us lock the doors and go into the store, get what we're getting, and then come back out. But never with the kids in there. We always take the kids out.
That's kind of asinine to even think that, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah.
All right. So you go to work. After you drive, you get out. He jumps over and gets in the driver's seat. Kids
Bumps
were there.
knuckles with somebody.
Mhm.
You know who he bumped knuckles with?
Guy that works there drives a golf cart. I can't remember his name at all.
Nickname, right? White guy, black guy.
Who's white?
Big, short, fat, skinny.
He's fairly tall, but he's thick too. He's not skinny. He's not real skinny.
Color hair. What does he got here?
Brown
How old does he look?
hair.
If you had to guess.
30s.
All right. So you go to work. And what time do you say you get into work? You got into work Thursday.
Oh, 8:30.
Did Ruben say where he was going from there? Did you talk about it along the way, or as you was
He
getting
was
to work?
supposed to just be going back to the house. He was going to give the kids. So I told him to give the kids a bath maybe and lay them down at least there, and then wait till she goes to my mom's because they were going to my mom's.
Did he need a bath too? Was she?
Did she need one? Yeah, but I don't let anyone bathe her but me. So I told him to just hold off on her, and I'd give her one in the mornings before she went to my mom's. 'Cause I was gonna give her one before I went to work, but I was already running so late. I just didn't.
Okay.
Did you say they were supposed to go to your mama's?
They were gonna be going to my mom's.
That was the plan, is that he was going to go home, wash the baby.
Want to
Not
get
wash
him ready
the
for
leg.
bed, yeah.
Right.
And
But
told
then
him
they were
just
going to
hold
drive
off
out to
on
your
her.
mom's.
To the next day.
Okay.
They were supposed to go out there Friday.
What time do y'all normally set them down for bed?
They're normally laying down by at least 9. We have them on their pallets or in the bed with us watching a movie.
Okay.
I mean, they're not, always asleep by that time, but they're laying down.
Okay. All right. So you're at work. Do you send messages, or do you have a phone call with Ruben at any point during your shift?
I think I talked to him once maybe, but I was very busy that night. I know I didn't really message him or anything like that.
What about anything at all? What about dealing with Brittany?
On that towards the end of the night, yeah, but that was after I was off work.
Do you remember any phone call you had with him during your shift at all?
Yes, I think that right before Brittany had gotten there, I think I talked to him.
What do you remember him saying as exact as you can remember?
I'm trying to. I think that we talked about the movies. He was about to put on a movie and get somewhere to eat, and I told her I had customers that I needed to go, and I was telling him how dead it was in there, that there really wasn't no one in there, and then I told him, oh well, Brittany just got here, so I'm gonna go ahead and get off the phone. We're gonna, I'm gonna go back out there and work because I went to the dressing room.
You know what time Brittany got off work?
What time she got
Same
off?
time as you or?
Same time. Yeah.
Alright. During this incident, up until you got home, did you have any more phone conversations with Ruben?
Only the one where he told me to get a ride, and then I called him and said, get a ride. And you just said you were on your way up here, but I told him, just give me Brittany's number. I need to call her. She's done gone.
Alright. Did he say anything else at all?
No, he told me the number, and I told him, all right, well, I'll be there in a minute. He said, all right, well, come home. And hung up.
Give you Brittany's number?
Because that number that she's been using isn't her phone.
Okay.
And so she had, I guess, lost her other phone. It wasn't the same number, is what I'm saying.
Okay, and let me, and I don't want to be confused here because this is pretty important. So you guys get off work around what time?
Like 2.
Okay.
2:30.
Now, at this point, did you already have arrangements to go home with somebody?
At 2 o'clock?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, Ruben was supposed to be there.
So
to pick
Ruben
me
was
up.
already supposed to be there, and how do you know
Yeah.
that?
Because he always picks me up. He told me when he dropped me off or when I got out the car.
Is he usually on time?
Yeah.
Is he usually on time? Is he early or is he usually a couple minutes late?
Sometimes he's there, 5 or 10 minutes before 2, and 1:45ish, somewhere around in there, and he'll sit there and wait on me. So, and sometimes he's there 2:05. You know what I mean? 2:10, maybe possibly is pushing him. That's him running late to pick me up.
Okay, so at 2 o'clock when you got off, was he there waiting on you?
No.
Okay, so what happened then?
And then I texted him, asked him where he's at. Yeah.
Okay, what did he say?
And he said on my way.
Okay.
And then a couple minutes later, he texted me and told me to get a ride.
Okay.
Did he say anything else? Did you
I didn't
call him
talk
back?
to him again until we got to the apartment.
So you end up I know you didn't get a ride with Brittany.
Mm-mm.
You end up getting a ride with Christina.
Yeah.
Okay, tell Detective Simpson how that unfolded and the stuff that we later found out, but just run through that till you get home.
Okay.
So you get a ride from Christina because he tells you to get a ride.
Yeah.
At this point, you know anything's wrong?
No. And I called Brittany and asked her where she was, and she said off of Atlantic. And I told her, well, I guess I do need a ride. And then I spotted Christina and told her to hold on a second. Told Brittany to hold on. I'll ask Christina if I can get a ride with her. Then Brittany was already gone.
Okay.
Christina said yes, she would take me home. So I told Brittany never mind.
All right. So you and Christina get together in a car.
Yes.
You drive down road.
We go to Pine Brook.
Okay.
Do you know the way y'all traveled to get there by chance?
From Wacko's.
The interstate, I do believe.
Did y'all go to university and
To the
Okay.
got off on.
I-95 to university.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
y'all go to University of Powers and you end up going to Pine Brook, which is anywhere else before Pine Brook or after?
Pine Brook is the apartment complex you're talking about.
It is, but I don't remember if I don't want to tell you I took the interstate for sure. That's not.
Yeah, let's get past that.
Right.
Okay, well, we got
So you're at Pine Brook.
Yes.
Any
yeah.
other stops that we need to know of?
No, that was it.
And you go to Jessica's.
Yes.
What was her apartment? Do you remember her apartment number?
139.
All right, so you went to Jessica's, and is this for a particular reason? I'm assuming to get something.
To get $20 from her.
Okay. What was the purpose of the $20?
I loaned it to her and her sister at Wacko's for them to be able to stay there. Basically, she have to have an open beverage. They didn't have any money.
So you loaned Jessica money. So
Mhm.
Jessica's a dancer too?
No,
No.
she just comes in there. Her and her sister come in there daily, pretty much. They come in there a lot.
All right, so you loaned Jessica money and you were getting the money back.
Yeah.
All right. So you leave
Do
out.
anything else with her?
No, I didn't do anything else with the shot. She offered it to me, but I told her no, I didn't need it because
She offered you
she offered to sell me a dub of Coke.
a
And
powder or
yeah,
hard or
powder.
Okay.
But I told her no because I needed the money.
Is Jessica gonna say that? Or is she gonna
I
say
don't
you
know.
got the dub?
No, no, she gave me $20.
Okay.
She was gonna give you the dub in place of the 20, or did she offer that, or did she just?
No, she was just telling me that she had something if I needed it, and I told her no, I need my money. So
So she was gonna offer you a dub of soft, but you said, no, give me the 20.
yeah.
You get a $20 bill.
Well, it was after she'd already gave me the $20, but she was just informing me, I guess, that she had some if I
Right.
needed some, and I told her no.
Okay, so you turned her down.
Yeah.
Alright. Now is Christina with you?
Yeah.
Okay.
She's in the car though, right?
Yeah, she's in the car.
And you get out.
Yes, I got out with Christina stayed in the car.
Unless I'm wrong, I don't want to put words in your mouth.
But does she know you were there to collect money?
Yeah.
Okay. Alright, so where you go from there?
Officer pulls up and
Inside of Pine Brook, or
mhm.
okay.
blocks us in basically.
Like you're walking to the car, if I remember right, and he pulls up. Okay.
Yeah. And he asks us if we had seen the orange Civic. We told him no, and he informed us that there was a kid missing.
And I want you to slow down. He asked you if you had seen an orange Civic, and you said no.
Right.
And there was a kid missing. Okay, what else?
And then we went to, I told him, at first I told him no, that I didn't really recognize that, and then I told him, yeah, that's my kid, I think that might be my kid, and we go, and he tells me to show him, that he would follow me to the apartment.
So he followed you, or did y'all follow him?
He followed us,
Alright.
and then we're there at the apartment.
Followed and Christina into the apartment complex. Okay.
Where do y'all
But
park
no,
at?
I did correct myself after I told him that I had recognized that description, but then when
He gave you the name also,
yeah.
and you
But
told
then,
him
yeah,
at first.
and then I told, but then I corrected myself with him and told him, I think that's my kid, and I live in Ravenwood.
And just because she wasn't here, and I don't want to put words in your mouth, tell Detective Simpson why you initially did that, because you wanted to.
I wanted to get there and find out what was going on for myself. I didn't know what was going on, or, it was just crazy sounding that my kid could be kidnapped in a car. I wanted to get there and see for myself firsthand what was going on before I spoke to him any further or anybody. I didn't want to,
So the officer telling you this information is the first you're hearing it?
Yes.
So you're there to just collect the $20.
Yes.
And you
he
get
was
blocked
looking,
in.
Yeah, and he was looking for the orange Civic, and in the process of looking for the vehicle, he had blocked us in.
Okay, so you're basically lying to him because you want to find out if it's for real?
Yeah, basically.
Like you thought the officer was bullshitting you?
No, I didn't think the officer was bullshitting me.
Okay.
I just felt like, what the fuck is going on? Let me get home and find out what the hell's going on, and then I can answer anybody's questions that needs me to. But at that point in time, I just wanted to get there and, talk to Ruben too, and, ask him what the hell happened, what's going on.
So he followed you around. Christina's car she drove and all?
Mhm.
Yeah. Okay, so you
And
get
he
back over
followed
to your
us straight
apartment.
to the apartments after that.
Alright.
What kind of car does Christina have?
My maroon Altima, I think it is.
Alright, so you pull up. Where do you pull up in your apartments?
On the other side of the Grand Prix.
In front of yours, or beside the building, or?
It's not right in front of mine. It's in the here's my apartment. It's right here is where I pulled in at, on the other side where this apartment is. It's not on the other side of the building. It's
To the
facing-
left of your apartment? 'Cause you're-
Yeah, to the left of my apartment instead of directly in front of it.
Okay. Okay.
Alright, what happened next?
We got out of the car.
Alright.
And,
You mean Christina
yeah,
get out, or?
Yeah, me and Christina got out, and she gave the officer her driver's license and I guess her information or whatever, and I was talking to Ruben, asking him, what happened, and he told me that that he ran upstairs, and at first he told me to lock the doors, and then he come back downstairs and the car was gone, and told me it was trying to see which way it had went while, you know, he was calling 911. Or he come back to the house and called 911. And he told me that he was kidnapped, that he was sorry for leaving the car running with, you know, unlocked, that he shouldn't have left the baby in there. It was very convincing that the car had gotten stolen with the baby in it.
Well, but but it's unusual that even he would leave the car running with kids
With the kids in it, yeah.
So that's, I mean, you say it's pretty convincing. I don't know how convincing that is.
Well, I mean, I was just saying the way he was acting with the, you know, the
Sure.
whole situation. That's what I believed at the time.
Okay.
Until, you know, certain points and details facts were pointed out that obviously
Right.
that's not true.
Now, your conversations with him are critical.
Mhm.
I need to know to the best of your ability what was said, because we got some information.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
You understand? You have to be honest.
I am being honest.
Okay.
Yeah,
I mean, we're not gonna do that business we did the
No.
other day.
Absolutely not.
I mean, neither one of us want to yell and anything like that. But we have some information,
Okay.
and we need you to help cooperate our information.
Okay.
Okay, so it's not for me to talk, it's for you to tell me some things that you may not have told me about your conversations.
About mine and his conversations was that he told me that he went upstairs to get some coke to serve Lupita, that Lupita had called.
Who's Lupita?
The lady that we looked up.
But who is she in all this? I mean, is she a dancer? Or is she?
No, she used to date Danny, if I'm not mistaken. She used to mess with him.
Does she live nearby, or
I don't know where she lives. I've never been to her house.
does he serve at the house, or does he drive around and serve, or does he do both? Or
That both. I mean, most of the time he'd go and meet someone though, because to keep him from coming to the house. Which he told me he was meeting her on his way. He was supposed to meet her on the way to pick me up from work.
okay, so you knew that he would do drug sales.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sometimes.
And sometimes that included with your children present.
Well, no, I told him not to have anyone up there at the house like that. Not to do that around my kids. If he was gonna do it, to keep it, you know, away from the house, away from the kids. So wasn't supposed to be doing it in front of them.
Okay.
But
So what do you remember more of the conversation? I'm sorry. I'm going to give you the starting point with I'm sorry.
I was telling.
I'm almost sure there's more that he told you besides I'm sorry.
No, he told me that he was sorry about everything happening like this, and I'm telling him what's happening, you know, about
What's happening,
yeah, what's
right.
happening.
What happened?
And yeah, so what happened? He just told me that that was so stupid. I'm sorry, you know, for leaving the car running. He at the house. He's still telling me that the car got took. He don't know how he let this happen. He's sorry, and you know, that, you know, I have to know that, you know, he didn't mean for you know, my baby to get took. That's what he's telling me. And that he loves me. And told me that he was sorry, that was stupid of him. And he's telling me, but look at all the times we've left the car running.
You remember him
Yeah.
saying that, and you're telling me that didn't happen.
What?
He said, "Look at all the time." Now he didn't. I remember what you're saying. He didn't just say, because he was trying to convince me that we would always, because the car had a bad, you know, it's hard to keep
Yeah.
running or whatever. He said that y'all did that routinely with the kids. He didn't like it. He didn't like it, but that's what was done. Do you know that to be true or not true?
What, that he said that?
No, I know he said that, but I'm talking about, did he actually do it? I know what he's saying.
No,
But I wanna know if he
never leave
did
my
it.
kids in the car, and
Okay,
he don't
so-
either. We always take them out.
Okay, so when he said that,
That was a lie. We don't never leave them in there with the car running. We don't leave them in there at all. We get
Right.
out the car and we take them with us.
So what does that mean he's doing?
And lying.
What do you think? What do you think happened?
What do I think happened?
Right.
I think that he wasn't watching him well and something happened to him. And I think maybe he got a hold of something, out of his drawer or off the dresser or out of the floor somewhere, or something, and maybe, accidentally overdosed or something like that, and he freaked out and he come up with something quick to, make it look like something else.
Who did your son go to for? Who was his doctor? His pediatrician?
Sarah Combs.
She go to anybody? She from the clinic?
Mhm.
She a
Sarah
PA?
Canada.
Sarah Canada, right.
Yeah.
I went to school with her.
That was his pediatrician.
So she's like a PA, right?
Mhm.
All right. And did you ever take your son anywhere else for any other treatment in the recent past?
Mm-mm.
So I mean, Sarah's got she's got your medical records at her office. Where's her office at?
It's right by the railroad tracks beside Napa. Or not Napa, Mixon. By Mixon.
Mixon Tire. Okay, on the opposite side, or it's right around the same one as Mixon Tire, and right across from the Chevrolet used car. Okay, I got you.
Right
And what's the name of the business there?
McClenny Pediatrics.
Okay. Who is Aunt Tina? Do you have an Aunt Tina?
Do I have an Aunt Tina?
Yeah. Do you know anybody has an Aunt Tina?
I don't have an Aunt Tina.
Do you know anybody close to you that's named Tina? Close to you?
My cousin's wife.
She's close to you?
We don't talk regularly
Okay.
or nothing. I thought you meant like close
No,
kin or
no.
whatever.
All right. Have you talked?
Which one? No.
I'm just asking. Is that what it is? No.
Yeah, no, I don't talk to her.
Has watched?
She went, I guess you could say she watched her. She took her to the mall with her and the other kids, their kids, Ruben's kids.
How did she get?
She come over and we had the kids and we'd had them for like a week.
What day was that?
I don't remember. It was.
No, I mean during all this.
Oh no.
So you haven't during any of this. You haven't seen or talked to her, and has not been with her any.
No.
Has he been over to Ruben's parents?
No.
Have you know?
She's been right there at my mama's.
Okay, well I need to know that.
Yeah, Miss Donna knows where she's been.
That's why I'm asking on this case. Have you talked to anybody that you know was going to talk to Ruben?
That is gonna talk to Ruben? No.
Gonna or has?
Mm-mm.
Okay.
No, I haven't. I know I've talked to, Jake and just asked him, what he, I said, what do you think? What do you do? Where's places that, you and Ruben hang out or whatever? Because they would shoot pool together and golf together. And just trying to get an idea maybe of somewhere I didn't think of or something like that. But that's it. And he's not going to see Ruben. Yeah, that's just a mutual, like a common friend. Is all it is.
Where are you staying at?
Where am I staying at? I'm staying right off of University. Well, not University. It's Phillips and University, I guess. The Super 8 across from the racetrack. Right there. And
Yeah,
room
that's
120.
Super 8, okay, yeah.
And 126.
Who's to you?
That's my cousin. My mom and her dad are first cousins.
Okay.
She have a phone number?
When did you first learn about the car getting stolen?
When I got there, well, at Pine Brook, where the officer said it.
Okay. Did he say the car was stolen, or he said there was? I think back up, Eileen, on that note. I think you said he told you there's a missing kid, right? Or did you say there's a?
He said there's an orange Civic a Honda Civic's been stolen with a possibility of a child in the back.
Did you call anybody?
No. Not from there to. No, Jessica called me while I was in the park, but the Jessica Rodriguez.
At Pine.
Called me while
Rodriguez or Hernandez? One of those names.
One of them.
Okay.
But she called me and asked me what was going on because she had overheard things. Remember, I told you she was standing right around in the parking lot.
Did you talk to Brittany at all between Pine Brook and?
No, not in between that gap. I talked to her while I was at,
What'd you tell Brittany?
and the officers were already there.
All right. What'd you tell Brittany?
When I first got there, I told her that that my ex had come and took my kid, or stole the car, with my kid in it, and I thought
What
it was
made you
Chris.
think that?
Because he wants me and him back together so bad that he would do almost it wouldn't surprise me for him to for him to act that way. I thought he just lost his ever loving mind and
Are you
pulled
sure?
some stupid shit. But
Well, let's go back and think now. What other conversations did you have with Brittany at Wacko's? Think hard about this, because we got your phone records.
Mhm.
Come on. You're
About
holding out a little bit.
what about the Roxy's?
This is when you asked her for the ride.
Oh, a dub,
No. When you
That was
asked
it.
Brittany for the ride,
the money.
when you asked Brittany for the ride, and this is after you already got the money from her at work.
Yeah.
When you asked her for the ride, you also told her.
Oh, when I called, what did I tell her?
I want you to tell me that, because there's more. You told her more than, hey, I need a ride.
No, I told her I don't know what's going on. Ruben's not here yet. Then I don't remember, because that's it. I don't remember.
Let me refresh your memory.
Yeah, because I don't remember telling her anything.
Now, you told her.
I needed a ride.
You told her that Ruben had told you that the car had gotten stolen. You told her that.
No, I
Now,
didn't.
hold on. Listen, look at me. I'm not asking you that. You told her that. Okay? You told her that. You
While
told
I
her
was still at Wacko's?
when you
I
told
didn't know that the
hold-
car was stolen until I
you
got
told
the car
her.
back.
Hold on. I'm just telling you because Brittany, who's a friend, Brittany's got no reason to lie about that.
You might want to call her again, because yes, sir, I didn't know that. And when I was at Wacko's, I didn't know that.
Let me
the
ask
car
you this:
had-
why
the car
would
had
Brittany
been
lie?
stolen. Why would Brittany lie? Because Brittany was nervous as hell yesterday when I did see her. I seen her for a split second when we were all at the entrance of.
Let me ask you this: you think Brittany stole your child?
Do I think Brittany stole my child?
That's what I asked you.
No.
Okay.
But do I think that she would leave bits and pieces out? Yeah.
Hold
I do.
on. Why? She's not leaving bits and pieces out. She's not the one leaving bits and pieces out. She's telling me more than you told me.
Well, no.
You're leaving bits and pieces out.
No, I'm
Now
not.
hold on. Now you have left bits and pieces
I
out.
have, but that I did
What
not
makes
say
this
to
different?
her. I did not tell her that. I told her that when I was at.
Brittany has
I
no.
didn't even
Hold
know
on.
that.
Tell me why.
I didn't even know that the car was gone then. How am I supposed to tell her that when I didn't know?
Listen to me. When you start talking, that's whenever you start going
I'm
on
sorry.
past the question, gets me worried.
I'm sorry.
Because this is a repeat of the other night. You did this and you were lying through your teeth.
I'm not lying to you.
Okay, well, Brittany's not lying, I can tell you that. Brittany has no dog in this hunt. You tell me why Brittany will lie on you, first of all. She's driving you to the store.
Maybe she got her times messed up from when I talked to her. 'cause
No. I'm telling you.
Listen.
Don't try and guess. I asked you a question. First of all, answer me this. Does Brittany have a reason to lie on you? Yes or no? And if you say yes, you tell me yes. You tell me the reason.
I think that she would lie.
Why?
Why? Because she was scared to death that she said they come and got me a personal vehicle and I'm not going back down there to talk to them again. And she said that she's like, I got she said she had some drugs on her, whatever. She couldn't afford to be mixed up in this.
Okay, that's still no reason to lie.
Well, whatever.
That's no reason to lie.
Okay.
Okay,
Well,
I can tell you this: if Brittany lies in this, guess what happens to Brittany? The only thing Brittany's got to worry about is lying. You agree with that?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what I would
Okay,
think,
well, but
yeah.
that's why I'm saying she don't have a reason to lie. It's not her child. She's your friend. Y'all have kids stay together.
Yes, sir.
Okay, she's driving you with her gas money from the other side of town coming to pick y'all up because y'all are friends at work. You know, she gives Ruben money to watch her kids while she's working sometimes, and she doesn't have a problem.
Regardless of all that, I still didn't tell her that.
I'm just telling you, okay? I have a big issue with that. I have a real big issue with that. I know what happened. I know what happened because she was talked to fresh after this. As soon as we found out through your phone, we talked to her.
You know what else doesn't lie? You know what else doesn't lie? We could argue all day whether she lied or didn't lie. What we do, and that's why these things have to be cleared up, what we do is we do look at records. And there's a timestamp. Well, we have.
And I'm not denying that I called her from Wackos. I did call her and I asked her for a ride home, but I didn't even know that anything was wrong with it.
Well, you said that. We knew that you had told. I mean, that's all been said. That part has been said.
Yeah.
It's not her leaving out bits and pieces. It's the other way around.
There's nothing else to leave. There's nothing to leave out.
I'm telling you, we got some big
issues. When I spoke to her at Wackos, that is all I knew was that I needed a ride at that point in time. I didn't know that the car was gone. He didn't tell me that. I did not know that until I got to Pinebrook.
You didn't have a call with him?
To Ruben? Yeah, we're asking for Brittany's number.
Right.
That's it, though. He didn't.
Hold on. That's where I got the problem.
He didn't tell me over the phone that anything.
Listen, you are way too smart to have this man go out of his routine, out of the blue, for no reason.
Yeah, I figured something was wrong.
Now let me make my sell. You just said it. You felt something was wrong. You're way too strong of a woman to even just in passing ask what's up. Whether it's your car is fucking up or something, you're gonna ask. I know this from being around you already, because you're.
You didn't tell me.
Well, that's what I'm telling you. Brittany knows that because Brittany told us fresh out the chute, because she didn't know what was going on, and she just said it by saying, yeah, she told me. She said old man told her that the car got stolen. She needed me to get her a ride home. I told her I was somewhere else.
That is not what happened.
Where was she at?
Off of Atlantic.
Off of Atlantic.
Okay, but I still didn't.
And it was going to be a few minutes, right?
Hey, look, I can.
But I still didn't.
There's a text message that says it.
Yeah, that text message came from. I was already.
You sure about that?
Yeah.
The time suggests differently.
Yeah. And you know what? Listen. Here's the thing. Listen.
I don't remember telling her that. I really don't remember.
Well, just because you don't see, that's where I know you're wrong. Because if you didn't remember that, you wouldn't have jumped my shit for saying that. No, you know what? No, you jumped her shit by saying she's lying. She did that. She would just tell you bits and pieces. No, she's not. I'm telling you. See, if you don't remember it, and I bring that to you, that's probably true.
Okay. Well, I don't.
Listen. That's probably true.
Okay.
Okay. Don't jump my shit and her shit because now you're saying you don't even remember. I'm telling you right now. There's a text message when you're at Wacko's that has this.
Okay.
Okay?
So that means you knew.
You told her.
What trying to say.
No.
Okay.
So you know that's true. I'm telling you right now, that's true. You better figure it out. Okay?
Okay.
Think for a minute.
I'm thinking. I really am thinking.
The text message is there because I know what time he called you. I know what time the 911 call was. I know where you're at. I know where he's at. I know about the stop. And what bothers me big time, hold on, what bothers me big time is you gotta look at me. I'm gonna stay calm as I can. This thing's getting done tonight. It is getting done tonight with you. You got knowledge that something happened. Don't
protect
do that.
him.
Please don't do that.
Don't protect this man. Don't go down with the ship.
One thing I can tell you, his phone recordings and everything like that help us, and it paints a picture when we finally get all these phone records back.
We hadn't been sitting on our ass for 4 days.
No,
you know that. You know that.
And here's the thing.
I know you guys haven't.
Here's the thing.
And
I don't care.
I'm trying to.
What you're trying to do? No, you're not.
No,
you're not. No, you're not. Listen. I'm gonna try to say this as easy as I can. Okay. You are gonna get your dumb ass in a lot of trouble over. I'm gonna protect my man. I'm gonna have my man's back. That's what you're telling people. I'm gonna have my man's back. You can't listen. Who cares if you said it or not? But here's what I see about you. I see you. My child is missing.
Mm-hmm.
I don't give a rat's motherfucking ass who's got to go to jail. Somebody better go to jail. And you know what? You know what? Here's the thing. We haven't been sitting around for 4 days for nothing. So I can tell you what you've done when. Right now, what you don't understand is everybody you talk to comes and tells us.
Okay.
And everybody that you've been around comes and tells us.
Okay.
So to sit and tell people that you're going to have his back, it kind of makes me a little sick.
I didn't say I had his
No, you
back.
had his back when you came in here that night. We're hopefully past that.
Yeah, that's why
If you came in and sat down in his lap, did you come in and sit down with him?
I did.
Okay, well here's
When
the
it
thing.
when it
I'm
all
gonna tell you
first
something.
happened.
I love this man to death, but if he hurts my child, I'm fucking gonna wring his goddamn neck and kill him.
That's no accident. That's no accident. I can tell you this thing everybody knows, and even you're street smart enough to know that fucking stolen car is bullshit. We know
I've
that's
done
bullshit.
told you that.
I know.
I
We know
fully
that's
agree with
bullshit.
you on that.
We
I
know
really
that's
do.
bullshit.
I do.
And you know it's bullshit because there is more that you have to
Let
tell
me ask
us.
you this: what are you doing at Super 8 Hotel?
What am I doing there? Staying there.
Where are your kids at?
Where are my kids at? They're with my mom. I mean, I'm
Why?
staying at my mom's tonight.
Why?
Why?
No, you're staying at Super 8 Hotel. Why?
Why actually?
Why are you not? Why aren't you with your kids and holding on to them?
Honestly, because me and my mom are close, but we're not. I mean, me and her after a few minutes together.
Why aren't your kids? Why aren't you with you?
Why with me? Because Miss Donna said that she's fine right there. She has to stay the night at my mom's.
Miss Donna's not your baby's mama.
I know, but she said that they needed to
And
stay
why,
with me.
if it's not a good idea
That's
that
just
she
where
need, hey, if it's not a good idea that she don't go to Super 8, guess who also shouldn't be going to Super 8?
No, she can go there, but Miss Donna, my mom said that Donna said that she needs to be there.
I don't care who said
to
what.
sleep.
If that's my child, I want to be with my child.
Your son is missing.
I know, and that's why I've
Your
been
other
staying
one,
over
your
here.
other
I've been
one,
trying to.
no, your other one should be with you. What are you doing
Okay.
tonight? Are you doing anything tonight?
Actually, I was on my way to the visual that was being held in McClenny, and then I was going back out to my mom's to stay.
And what
there.
else were you planning tonight?
That's it.
You sure?
Yeah, I'm
You
sure.
can't even tell the truth about that, can you?
What are you talking about? That is what I have planned for
Are
tonight.
you supposed to be working tonight?
No, I'm not working.
You sure about that?
I'm positive. 150% positive I'm not working.
Alright.
I was going right back to my mom's after the visual. And that's where I was staying. You can call her and ask her. That's where I was staying at tonight. Was with them.
I was at the vigil.
The one in McClenny?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. When Miss Donna called me, she told me to come here. I told her I
If
was on
you
my way
had
to
gotten
it.
there, if you were,
No, I hadn't gotten there yet.
I
We
know.
were making the
you weren't
poster.
gonna make it on time.
Why wasn't I?
You wasn't. But
I was on my way there before I came here. Yes, I was.
you wasn't gonna make it. You wasn't gonna make it.
Why wasn't I gonna make it? I was making a poster and
Hold
shirts.
on. Do not get that attitude with
Well,
me
I'm
today.
sorry, but that was
Hold on.
offensive.
I'm telling you right now. Look.
That was offensive?
Let me tell you
Your
something.
baby's fucking dead and that was
Let me
offensive?
tell you something. Okay. This is done tonight.
I know that.
This is the fucking tip of the iceberg.
I
for you.
know.
This is the tip of the iceberg review. Where was that blanket at when you left?
At home.
Where? At home.
I don't know. I guess in
The
the
last
room.
time you saw that
in
blanket.
the room.
Right.
Okay.
Mm.
If it
It's closing in.
what?
You're gonna find out where that blanket was.
Where?
No, I'm sorry. I don't even have to tell you that. We know who that blanket was with. But I think you need to get on board. How was your son feeling the last couple days? Or did he have any?
He was fussy and
Did he have any injuries or anything like that on him?
Bruises, maybe.
Well, from right here, he had a little bit of a mark on his lip right here from where he was gnawing his lips, and that's why I know.
What about his eye or anything
No,
behind
no.
his ear?
No, he had a little bit of a bruise about that big right here behind his ear.
Where'd that
And
come from?
Where did that come from? I wasn't even sure, honestly. I wasn't sure where it come from, and I was going to have Sarah look at it Friday when I took him into the doctor's office.
So
for
your
Lily.
son's got a bruise behind the ear. That's basically a skull fracture. Do you know that?
No, I didn't.
This
know
right
that.
here is
That's
your
why I was-
basal skull bone.
Well, that's why I
Okay,
was
hold
taking
on.
him to the
Well, no,
doctor.
well, that's not what you. That's not one you take to the doctor. That's one you take to the hospital.
Well, I didn't
Because
know
your
that.
child starts acting fussy. Your child starts showing symptoms of head trauma,
Oh, and don't forget the throwing up.
throwing up.
Yeah, he was sick. I was taking
Yeah.
him to the doctor.
Now,
He
you
was-
wasn't taking him to the doctor. You was stripping.
Friday.
You was stripping.
I was supposed to be taking him Friday.
You know, that's not what you wait for. How did he hurt his head? How'd you get told he hurt his head?
He said he didn't know how he hurt his head.
He didn't know he's got a black bruise behind his ear.
He said he didn't know how it got there, and
That's
I told him,
one
well, I'll
fallback.
have it checked
How
out.
do you get
I'll
your
have
Yes,
it checked out at the
that's
doctor.
my very next question. We're on the
fuck do you
same
do
page.
that?
How do you bruise the back of your ear?
Behind your fucking ear!
I don't know.
You're stupid.
I'm not fucking stupid.
Oh,
I'm
you
being
are.
honest with you.
You're trying.
I come home and the bruise was already there. I asked him
When
where.
did you see it?
Like Tuesday or like Tuesday. I noticed it, and I asked him what it was from. I said, "How did this happen?" And he told me, "I don't."
And that was okay for you?
No, I told him I'll take him to the doctor.
Oh, really? I don't know how you just hurt my kid, but you can stay around and we can.
He said he didn't.
Get the fuck out of here with that.
That's really wrong.
He didn't tell me that he did anything to him.
He didn't have to! Did you fucking think the thing jumped out of the goddamn sky?
No, but my baby also is. I mean, he's a baby.
He's
He
throwing up.
Behind his ear?
He enters his head.
No, but I didn't.
He unknowingly, out of the blue, has a head injury. That's a head injury, is it not?
Yeah.
Right here? I'm talking about right here.
Okay.
Okay. He's got a black and blue bruise behind his ear.
Okay. My mom was there Wednesday. She seen it too. She said take him to the doctor on Friday.
Your son's throwing up. Your son, at one point, not only threw up while he was throwing up, what else did he do at the same time? He
had
shit himself.
diarrhea.
Exactly.
Yeah, I figured he was sick. I was taking him to the doctor.
That's not something you wait for.
Okay,
You're
well,
not gonna,
maybe
hold
I
on,
messed
hold on.
up
And
there,
this is
but-
not your first child.
No, it's not. Like
It's
I
not
said,
your
maybe-
first child. If your kid starts throwing up and shitting, and you have an unknown injury, that's not what you schedule. You're not going to convince me of that. And I know, hold on, I know that all this is part of it. Okay? Your son wasn't happy. Your son wasn't wanting to eat. Your son wasn't wanting all this because when you have a basal skull fracture, you don't eat. You can't eat. You can't drink. You throw up. You can't have diarrhea.
Okay. Well,
Okay, so
I
your
showed
son
him my
eating,
mom.
hold on. So when you say your son ate shrimp Alfredo,
He did take a few bites of it with me.
a
yes, he
few
did.
bites.
He
How
did
many a
eat
few
it.
bites? Did you just shove a spoon in his mouth?
No.
Okay, well he didn't eat.
Yeah, he
didn't
did.
eat. He didn't eat till he was full.
I told you he didn't eat till he was full. But
He's
he
not
did.
eating. He's being forced to eat, and that's typical with the head injury. He's
Well,
not
I
acting
forced
normal.
him to eat.
He's not acting normal. You're saying, well, he's cutting teeth.
Yeah, I'm just.